Hello students, once again welcome to a virtual class of social science. In the previous class we have discussed about the resource planning in India. Then I also told you about the resource conservation, and we also discussed about the land resources, in which I told you that land is one of the important assets on which we carry our many economic activities and so on, isn't it? Today we will discuss about the land utilization. Now what is this land utilization? It means for what all purposes we use the land, okay? So that what we are going to discuss here today. Now first is we use the land for forest, okay? Second, land not available for cultivation, means the land which is not being used for the cultivation or it is not available, okay? Rather it is barren and wasteland. Barren means a land where nothing could be grown, that is what we call barren. And here when I say wasteland, that is a rocky, desert, arid area is called as a wasteland, means it is not suitable for the cultivation. Then I said about the land put to non-agriculture uses, means such lands which are not being used for the agriculture purpose, rather we use it for the construction of buildings, roads and factories, okay. Now third is other uncultivated land, excluding fallow land. Now when I say other uncultivated land, here means that we will exclude the fallow. Fallow land means what? Fallow land means such land which is left uncultivated for some time so that the soil could regain its fertility, okay. So we will leave the land for some period of time uncultivated so that it could naturally, it will, we leave the land so that naturally it can regain its fertility back. So that is what we call as a fallow land. Under this you can see there are certain lands which are where the natural grasses are being grown, and it is exclusively such land is used as a pasture for the cattle, for grazing grounds and all, okay. It is suitable for the grazing of the cattle and all. So that is what we call as a permanent pastures and grazing land. Then second comes land under miscellaneous tree crops or groves, means such land where various types of trees are grown, that what we call as a tree crops, groves and all, okay. Now that not included in NSA, means net zone area. Now what is net zone area? I will tell you later on. Let's see now. Culturable wasteland means कृषि योग्य बंजर भूमि को हम बोलते हैं culturable wasteland, means it is left uncultivated for more than 5 years, that is what we call as a culturable wasteland. means such land मतलब जहाँ पे कृषि योग्य, मतलब कृषि कर सकते हैं लेकिन वो बंजर भूमि है, इसी कृषि योग्य बंजर भूमि को हम कल्टिवेबल वेस्टलैंड बोलते हैं, और इस पर किसी भी तरीके का कल्टीवेशन तकरीबन 5 साल से ऊपर उसमें किसी तरीके का कल्टीवेशन नहीं हुआ हो, ओके. So my dear students, the fourth point is fallow land. When I say fallow land, as I told you before also, means such lands which are left uncultivated for some period of time so that naturally the soil could regain its fertility back, okay. So under that the first is current fallow, means here the land is left without cultivation for 1 or less than 1 agriculture year, means for 1 year or less than 1 year we leave the land as if without doing any cultivation on it, okay. Then the second comes the other than the current fallow land, such lands which are being left uncultivated for the past 1 to 5 agricultural years, means here for the long period we leave the land uncultivated. Such land is comes under the this category, okay. Means for more than 1, means from 1 to 5 years we leave the land uncultivated. Then it's come, the next fifth point is net zone area. Net zone area means it is the actual area that we bring under cultivation. Here for one or more than once or more than one time we used to do the cultivation in one agricultural year is called as a net zone area, okay. Now when I say net zone area, here you can see area sown more than once in an agricultural year. Okay, matlab one agriculture means here an agricultural area where we do cultivation for more than one time, that is plus net sown area is known as gross cropped area. Okay, so area sown more than once in an agricultural year plus net sown area, means the actual land which has been brought under the cultivation, that all together we call as a gross cropped area. Understood? So, here we discuss the points, all the 5 points in which the land, how the land is being utilized for various purposes. That is what we have discussed here elaborately. So, my dear students, here the next topic is land use pattern in India. So, here we will see that how the land is being used in India. So, the use of land is determined by 2 factors. One is the physical factor, another is human factor. Okay. So, when I say physical factors, what do you mean by physical factors? Here the physical factors means the topography, climate. So, let me write down topography, second climate, okay. So, soil types, okay. So, these all are the physical factors, that is what I told you, that comes under the physical factors. Now, when I said that, when I told you that the use of land is determined by the physical factors as well as the human factors. So, here the second is the human factors. Now, when I say human factors, under this what all comes? The first is the population, population density, matlab jansankhya ganatva. Okay. So, population density. Then the second comes the technological capability. Okay. Technological capability and cultural and traditions. Now, C is the cultures and traditions. So, these all are the things that comes under the human factors. Now, here that all comes under the human factor. So, here you must know that there are 2 things that determine the use of land. One is the physical factor and other is the human factor. When I said the physical factor, like topography, climate and soil types, okay, that is a natural one. So, this is what all comes under the physical factors. When I talk about the human factors, here we are talking about the population density, means how much the population is there, and moreover we are talking about the technological capability, okay, how we are using our technology along with the keeping in view the environment as well, and then our cultures and tradition, that all comes under the human factors. Now, my dear students, total geographical area of India is 3.28 million square kilometer. Okay. Now, this the land use data, means for what all purpose the land is being used. Here what happens that, however, we will see here that available whatever the land use data which we have the data of only 93%, okay, because land is being used for what all purposes, for that they have taken this survey, okay. This survey we could do only in 93% only. So, you can ask me where is the 7%? Actually, the other 7% we could not, it was not possible to do because of the northeastern states especially, except Assam. Here all land use data could not be surveyed, and moreover you will see that the land especially which has been occupied by the Pakistan, the Jammu and Kashmir area, as you know, as you all know that Jammu and Kashmir where the half portion means some portion has been occupied by the Pakistan and some portion has been occupied by the China, where the survey could not be carried on. So, there how the 7% is left out, which we do not have any data record of land use data record, we do not have. That is why we have only 93%, in which all the places of India comes except the northeastern states, except Assam and the Jammu and Kashmir, where some area has been occupied by the Pakistan and some area occupied by the China, where we could not do any kind of survey regarding the land use. Okay. So, there how we have only 93% information about the land use. Okay. So, students, you will see that the land under permanent pasture is also decreasing day by day. Now, the question arises, if the grazing grounds are decreasing or the permanent pasture grounds are decreasing day by day, then how are we able to feed our huge cattle population? So, here what we can do now in this means, what is the other option for it? So, there how this is one of the biggest problem. Most of the other than the current fallow land are either of the poor quality. Mean other than the fallow land, you will see that they are of the poor quality. The soil, the quality of the land is not that good. So, the first thing is the poor quality. The land quality is poor, first of all. Second, you will see that even the cost of cultivation of such land is very high. Now, as such, you will see that one land is of poor quality, and moreover, in such places, if we want to do any type of cultivation, the cost of cultivation is also very high. Okay. So, there how hence these lands are cultivated once or twice in about 2 or 3 years, means once or twice we are able to cultivate in this land, say in a 2 years or 3 years. Okay. So, in a year only one time, or in a 2 year once they used to do cultivation in these type of grounds. Now, in these type of lands. Okay. Now, if these are included in the net sown area, then the percentage of NSA, that is a NSA means net sown area in India, comes to about 54%. So, I told you that if we calculate all these area into the net sown area, so net sown area comes up to 54%. Okay. Now, of the total reporting area, the pattern of the net sown area, if you will see here, the pattern of the net sown area varies from state to state. Okay. Like if it is over 80%, if you go to Punjab and Haryana, there this percentage is 80%. But if you come to Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram and Andaman Nicobar Islands, here you will see that the net sown area is less than 10%. Okay. So, so have you understood this? That the net sown area which we are talking about, it varies from state to state. So, in India altogether, if you will see all the cultivating lands and all, if you see that it comes to up to 54% and it varies to state to state. As in Punjab and Haryana, if you will go, that it ranges about 80%. But similarly, when you come to the states like Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram and Andaman Nicobar Island, here the same net sown area goes even below than 10%. Okay. So, here we will see that the forest area in the country is far lower than the desired 33% of geographical area. Now, here we are talking about the forest area. See, my dear students, we are developing, it is true. With the development, we also have to keep in our mind that we should not damage our environment as well, because without these environment, it means like we have to keep in our mind that we should not damage the environment, otherwise we have to face many consequences. Okay, that we have already done in Agenda 21, which I told you in the previous class, like global warming and also on, we have discussed it, isn't it? Now, when we talk about the forest area, now when I say forest area, in the country is far lower than the desired 33% of the geographical area. Means, as I told you that in India there is geographical area covers 3.28 million square kilometer. In that, at least 33% there should be forest, and it is very much important for the ecological balance, and for our survival it is very much important. But you will see that we are unable to cope up, because at least 33% of the total geographical area it should be covered with the forest. This percentage has been fixed under the National Forest Policy 1952. Okay, National Forest Policy 1952 means how much geographical area we have, in that at least 33% we should have a forest, but that also we are unable to cover. It was considered essential for the maintenance of the ecological balance. Even for the survival of human beings and other living things, we are solely dependent upon these type of forests and all. Okay. The livelihood of millions of people, you can see that even the people, those who are living near by the forest area, their livelihood is also dependent upon these forests. Now you will see a part of the land is termed wasteland. When I say wasteland, here the wasteland means, as I told you before also in the land utilization, that the arid, desert, rocky land is called as a wasteland. And other than this, such lands which is not being used for the cultivation, rather the land which is being used for the factories, for the construction of the factories, buildings and roads. Now here you can see means that is non-agriculture, means wasteland means that arid, arid area, rocky and desert area, that all comes under the wasteland. And land that is put to non-agriculture uses, and rather than we are using it for the construction of roads and buildings and factories and all. Okay. Now I will tell you that what is land conservation, means what is why there is a need of land conservation, and similarly why there is land degradation. So first we will discuss about the land degradation. Land degradation means how the quality of the land is been deteriorating day by day. It can be the reason, the human being can also be the reason, and some other natural thing can also be the reason, but mostly the human beings are the reason behind it. Okay. So the continuous use of land over a long period of time without taking appropriate measure to conserve and manage it has resulted in land degradation. Means continuously we are using the land without any taking appropriate measure to manage or to conserve it. We are not thinking what to do for the land, for the betterment of the land, rather we are keep on using it. That is what it resulting in land degradation. This in turn, it will have a serious repercussions on the society and the environment in near future. So my dear students, the next topic is land degradation and conservation measures. Okay. So how the land has been degraded, and here we will see what are the measures to conserve the land. So we have shared this land, our land, with the past generation, and will have to share the same land with the future generation as well, isn't it? So 95% of our basic need for food, shelter and clothing is completely dependent upon the land. Now see, human activities have not only brought about degradation of land, but also you will see that has aggravated, that has increased the pace of natural forces to cause damage to land. Okay. So human factor, the human is a basic reason for the land degradation. So the human beings not only degraded the land, they also increase the pace. Okay, they also increase the pace of natural forces to cause damage to the land. So at present, if you will see, there is about 130 million hectares of degraded land in India. So, how much? 130 million hectares of land is degraded land. Okay. This is what is a degraded land. The quality of the land has been degraded, spoiled. Okay. So, approximately if you here you see the 28% of it belongs to the category of forest degraded area. So, here in this 28% comes under the forest degraded area. Okay. So, here you will see forest 28% itself, it belongs to the category of forest degraded area. 56%, now here 56% of it was water eroded area. 56 is the for water, the land has been degraded because of the water erosion of the erosion done by the water. Okay. So, water eroded area. Then you will see the rest is affected by saline and alkaline deposit. The rest is the left percentage is been spoiled by the alkaline and saline deposits. Okay, and saline deposits. So, some human activities such as deforestation, overgrazing and mining and quarrying is also contributed significantly for the in the land degradation. Now, you will see, as I told you in this, now what all the human factors, how the human factors are responsible for the land degradation, that we will see. First is the mining, खनन करना. Okay. जैसे कोयला खनन होता है, खान होता है, तो वहाँ जो खनन के जो काम करने से, so mining sites are abandoned after the excavation work is done. So, my dear students, as I told you, the mining work which has been done in the places, the states like Jharkhand and all, here all the Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh and all, these are the states known for mining purposes, isn't it? So, when the mining work has been done here, the mining sites, here you will see that the excavation, after the excavation work, it leaves a scars on the land. मतलब बहुत बड़े जो गड्ढे या दाग, मतलब गड्ढे जो है उस पर इन लोग माइनिंग करने के बाद वो रह जाता है. Then you will see that places like Odisha, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, here and all, the deforestation is also caused due to the mining has caused severe land degradation. जब वहाँ पे माइनिंग होता है तो ऑब्वियसली आप पेड़ वगैरह काटते हो, सो दैट ऑल्सो हैज़ इंक्रीज द पेस ऑफ द लैंड डिग्रेडेशन इन दैट area, especially like Orissa, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and all. Okay. So, here the second is the overgrazing. So, first we will see so as I told you, the first is the mining is the reason behind it. Okay, the first is the mining is the reason behind it. Then the second is overgrazing. When we do the mining, it also we have to means there deforestation also take place, and deforestation is also one of the major reason for the land degradation. Then comes the overgrazing. Like overgrazing in the states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra is one of the main reason behind the land degradation. Overgrazing means where the cattle are been left to graze and keep on using that land for grazing purpose, that also spoils the quality of the land. Then third comes over irrigation. Over irrigation. When you keep on irrigate, okay, irrigation is pani dena खेतों को. So overall keep on when you are over irrigation and water logging. Water logging means पानी काफ़ी देर तक एक ही जगह पे स्थायी जगह पे log, मतलब water logging means it remains in one place stagnant. The water has been stagnant. So that lead to increase in salinity and alkalinity in the states of Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh, thereby leading to land degradation. Okay. So what I told you here, over irrigation and water logging. When you keep on, one is the reason is over irrigation, हद से ज़्यादा irrigation करना, और दूसरा water logging. When the water remains stagnant in one place, that increase the salinity and alkalinity of the soil and alkalinity. So that also in the states of Punjab, Haryana and Madhya Pradesh and all, you can see this thing. And because of this, Uttar Pradesh, sorry, not Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, there you can see such tendency, and because of that it leads to land degradation. Then comes the mineral processing, like grinding of limestone for cement. जो सीमेंट बनता है उसको, उसके लिए जो लाइमस्टोन को ग्राइंड किया जाता है, ओके, टू मेक इट ए पाउडर, ओके, फॉर दैट, एंड द कैल्साइट एंड द सोप स्टोन फॉर सिरेमिक इंडस्ट्री. जो सिरेमिक काम जो होता है, जैसे सिरेमिक पॉट्स वगैरह जो बनाया जाता है, वो सब के लिए जो इंडस्ट्री में जो आप व्हाट वी से द कैल्साइट एंड द सोप स्टोन for ceramic industry which has been used, that also generate huge quantity of dust in the atmosphere. वो क्या करता है, जब आप लाइमस्टोन को पाउडर बनाते हो सीमेंट के लिए, और आप जब सोपस्टोन हो गया या कैल्साइट को आप जब यूज़ करते हैं सिरेमिक इंडस्ट्री के लिए, तब ऐसे स्थिति में ये जो पाउडर्स जैसा सब्सटेंस है वो एटमॉस्फेयर में फैल जाता है. उसके बाद धीरे धीरे वो जो है ज़मीन में आकर बैठ जाता है, एंड दैट इट स्टॉप्स द इन्फिल्ट्रेशन ऑफ वाटर इन द सॉइल. ये जो है, जब ये डस्ट जो मटेरियल जो हवा में घुलने के बाद धीरे धीरे आके जब वो लैंड में सेटल हो जाता है, ज़मीन में सेटल हो जाता है, देन इट डज नॉट अलाउ, मीन्स ये जो है मिट्टी को पानी सोखने में सोखने से रोकता है. ओके, सो दैट इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द रीजन बिहाइंड द लैंड डिग्रेडेशन. ओके, नाउ industrial, now that we will as I told you about the limestone. Okay, for ceramic industry or the cement industry. The fifth one was the industrial waste. The finally is the industrial waste. My dear students, industrial waste that we often leave into the, we throw the industrial waste either on the land as if or in the water bodies like rivers and ponds. Rather, because of that it results in the land pollution or the water pollution. We can leave this water after doing the treatment, means after treating these industrial waste we can leave such waste into the water bodies or on the land. It will not affect the land and the water. So before we put these waste into the water bodies or on the land, it should be treated well, but that we don't do it, and that's the reason that it spoils the land as well as the water, which causes the land pollution and the water pollution. So these all are the reasons behind the land degradation, and in most of the things you might have seen that man is responsible for all those things, isn't it? Now, so what we can do in order to conserve the land, okay? Because land is one of the most important asset, and our most of the economic activities, even the survival of the human being and other living beings is on the land. It's possible because of the land. So what we can do to conserve the land? So my dear students, with this we will finish, and in the next class we will discuss about the land conservation. So my dear students, I hope whatever I taught you, you have understood well. This is DEEPA Sadha signing off. Thank you and Jai Hind.